Hello, this is video 6 for Math0302 beginning algebra chapter 6 section 5. In this video we're just going to be factoring sum and difference of two cubes. Okay, so if we look at the first one, we have x cubed minus 125. I'm actually going to write this as a little bit different of an expression. So the first one is x being cubed. That's fine. X cubed gives me x cubed, right? Minus what cubed gives me 125? If you said 5, then you're correct. And then, because we have cubes here in the minus, it means that this is a difference of two cubes. So I need to write down the factorization. And it's always going to look like this. I'm going to drop the cubes. What do I have left? I have x and minus 5 left, yes? Notice that this is the first factor. And then I'm going to kind of square this, except not. So I'm going to square the x, we get x squared. Square the 5, we get 25. Now notice that anything squared is always positive, so it's positive 25 here. Now I multiply these two together, that gives me negative 5x, and I change the sign, making that plus 5x. Believe it or not, this is the factorization. So x cubed minus 125 is x minus 5 times x squared plus 5x plus 25. Okay, let's try that again with b here. 27y cubed plus 1. Now, I need to rewrite this as something cubed plus, because it's plus in between, something cubed. Well, what cubed gives you 27? If you said 3, you're correct. What cubed gives you y? Well, y cubed, right? Y cubed is y cubed. What cubed gives you 1? No, it's not a trick question, it's 1. Okay, now notice that something cubed plus something else cubed, well, that's a sum of two cubes. So the first factor is a binomial, and the last factor is a trinomial. I'm just going to drop the exponents here for the first factor, so that's going to give me 3y plus 1. And then I'm going to use this and I'm going to square it. Square the 3 gives me 9, square the y gives me y squared. Square the 1 gives me plus 1. Don't forget this middle term though. To get it, multiply these two together. 3y times 1 is 3y, and then change the sign. So it's minus 3y. Believe it or not, again, this is the answer. This is the factorization. So 27y cubed plus 1 is 3y plus 1 times 9y squared minus 3y plus 1. Okay, let's look at letter C now. 3x cubed minus 24. Notice that 3 is not a perfect cube. But also notice that 24 isn't. Oh, that's right, we have a greatest common factor. See, in all this time, we always have to be aware that sometimes you're going to have a greatest common factor. When you get that, factor it out. So what is the greatest common factor? 3. Divide each of these by 3, we get x cubed minus 8. Now, x cubed minus 8 can be factored again, so I'm going to bring this 3 down, it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm going to rewrite the x cubed minus 8. Notice it's going to look like x cubed minus something cubed. What cubed gives you 8? 2. 2 cubed gives you 8. Okay. So in the next one, I'm going to rewrite the 3 because we're not doing anything with it. But the factorization of x cubed minus 8 is a binomial times a trinomial. And that binomial is just where we drop the cubes, so that gives me x minus 2. And the trinomial is where we square this right here, kind of. So x squared is x squared. 2 squared is 4, and it's always positive. Multiply these two together, that gives me negative 2x, and change the sign. So it's going to give me plus 2x. Oh, look, 3, x minus 2, x squared plus 2x plus 4. That is the factorization of 3x cubed minus 24. So, sum and difference of two cubes is not nearly as bad as what the formula makes it out to be. Okay, if you want to, yes, you can memorize the formula and just plug in and simplify. Fine, go ahead and do that. I think that my algorithm is a little bit easier. Remember, just drop the cubes and then square the binomial, kind of. So square the first, square the last, multiply the two together, and change the sign. Okay, so if you remember that, you're golden. Alrighty, notice there are no more questions. This is the last question for the notes in this course. I know you're so disappointed. I am too. I'm sorry. I can't help it. All good things must come to an end. So, because of that, this is the last video for this class. I will see you in the next class where we meet together. Alright, y'all have a great couple of days here, and I will see you probably on Wednesday.